Hold, Shemlin. Your kind are not welcome among the Dalish.
What's a Shemlin?
An elven slur for human.
It means you're not one of the people, and you should leave now.
Time, and it wasn't plugged into my controller. I'm so upset. I'm watching the Ireland-USA rugby game. I didn't even realize that, like, I wasn't hearing anything. That happens to me when I get in the car sometimes. Like, I'll just be driving, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, the radio's not even on. All of this noise is inside my head right now. That's crazy. Anyway.
I'm not expecting tea and cakes. I just need to see someone.
There's nothing here for any human.
Wait. This is the one the Keeper spoke of.
A Shemlin? I thought she'd be an elf.
Enter the camp. Keeper Marathari has been waiting for you.
Cause trouble, and you'll meet our blades, stranger.
Cause trouble, and you'll meet our blades, stranger.
Marathari, I was told to bring you this amulet.
Andaranati Shan, travelers.
Whoa.
Indeed, I am Keeper Marathari. Let me look at you. There is a light in your heart, human. Don't let it go out. You will need it. Tell me how this burden fell to you, child.
Are you the leader of these Dalish? Why did the witch tell me to bring this amulet to you?
I am the keeper of this clan. It is my task to guide my people and to ensure the old ways are not forgotten. As for Asha Belenar, I am tied to her, just as you are, by a debt that must be repaid.
A dragon fell from the sky, charred some darkspawn, then asked me to bring you this amulet. No big deal.
You are blessed by luck, then. I will pray that Mithal watches over your path. The amulet must be taken to an altar at the top of the mountain and given a Dalish rite for the departed. Then, return the amulet to me. Do this and your debt will be repaid.
Are you going to teach me this rite for the departed?
I will send my first with you. She will see to it the ritual is done. And when it is complete, I must ask that you take her with you when you go.
Ah, it was still a knock-on.
Who is your first? First of what?
Your people would call her my apprentice, or heir. Meryl would have taken my place as keeper. But she has chosen a new path. Please, guide her safely from here.
That seems a little odd.
It is her wish, and I must grant it. You'll find Meryl waiting for you on the trail just up the mountain. Dareth Shirat.
Nice, we almost all get a level up. Yes. I've been waiting for that one. Actually, realistically, I probably should have given her, like, turn the blade or something, but we're here now. In the days of the rising of Zezekiel, I don't know. The Dark Ones covered every corner of the land. The Archdemon drove all the nations of the world before him, Shimlin and Elven alike. Hold on. Excuse me. In the far north, where the hills wandered the plains, and the earth is... Excuse me. And the earth is eternally baked beneath the uncaring sun, the lands which the Shemlin call Anderfels, a clan of people lived, struggling to survive the blight. Aloran was their keeper. A hunter in his younger days, crafty as any wolf, he led his people away just ahead of the darkspawn who chased them. But the old hunter knew that even Hala cannot run forever. They must turn and fight or be run down. At the foot of the Merdane, the darkspawn cornered Aloran's clan. That night, the moon was strangled by clouds, the earth concealed by a dread mist that rose out of nowhere, so that the Elven could not tell up from down. In the confusion, the darkspawn attacked. But Aloran had prepared for them. All around the camp, the hunters had strewn dry grass, brush, and brambles. When the sound of rustling footfalls began, Aloran and the other Haharan called upon the old magic. They struck out with lightning, and through the lightning bolts missed the darkspawn. They hit their target all the same. The sea of kindling lit, and not one of the dark creatures made it through the fire to reach Aloran's clan. Tale of Aloran, written by Zathrian, as it has been passed down from keeper to keeper.
You always know just what to say to put my mind at ease.
Watch your steps, Yam. You don't know how many Dalish arrows are trained on you right now.
Trained on you right now. Valison, blood writing. After my encounter with the Dalish elves on the road to Navarra, I studied every book on the elves I could find. I sought legends and myths and history and tried to make sense of it all. But there is only so much one can learn from books. I knew that in order to truly understand the Dalish, I would have to seek them out. A dreadful idea in hindsight. In my defense, I was young, and also inebriated when the idea popped in my head. Unfortunately, even after I regained some measure of sobriety, the idea still held appeal. It proved remarkably resistant to my attempts to ignore it. I gave in after months of that nagging thought at the back of my head, and set out to learn about the Dalish firsthand. I tramped through the forest bordering Orlais for weeks, where I finally found, or was it found by, a Dalish hunter. I stumbled to one of his traps and suddenly was hanging from a tree with a rope about my ankles. So there I was, defenseless, upside down with my robe over my head, my underclothes on display. Descriptions of my predicament might elicit laughter these days, but trust me when I say it was a situation I would not wish on anyone. Thankfully, my ridiculous appearance may have caused my captor to stay his hand. What threat is a silly human with his pants showing? And so he sat, made a small fire, and began to skin the deer he had caught. I soon mustered the courage to speak. I tried to assure him that I was not there to harm him, but he laughed at this and replied that if I were there to harm him, I had failed terribly. Eventually, we got to talking, and USA is on a breakaway! On a breakaway! Go, Talia! Oh, she gets to pass out, but tackled into touch. Our wing. I'm forgetting her name right now, but she used to play for England. Anyway. I think she could have kept it, honestly, and just cut it back in, but hey, we had support. That's what matters. Okay. Eventually we got to talking, and when I say talking, I mean that I asked him questions, and occasionally he would deign to answer. He told me that while Dalish actively seek out human travelers to rob or frighten, most of his people would rather be left alone. He seemed to believe that punishing the humans for past actions only led to more violence. I asked him about the intricate tattoos on his face. He told me they were called Valison, blood writing. His were symbols of Andorol, the Huntress, one of the most highly revered elven goddesses. He said the Dalish mark themselves to stand out from humans and from those of their kin, who have chosen to live under human rule. He said the Valison remind his people that they must never again sunder their beliefs. When he finished skinning the deer, he cut me down. By the time I had righted myself and conquered the dizziness of the blood rushing to my head, he was gone. I do not recommend that my readers seek out the Dalish for themselves. I was lucky to have met the man that I did, and to have walked away from the meeting unscathed. Perhaps the Maker watches over those who seek knowledge with an open heart. I certainly would like to think so. Excuse me, someone lost a boot. Truck and trailer. Hope Rogers still playing with only one boot on. Try? Yep, try. Hope Rogers scoring a try with one shoe on. The wonders never cease. Geography of Thedas. Thedas is bounded to the east by the Amaranthian Ocean, to the west by the the Tirashan Forest and the Hunterhorn Mountains, in the south by snowy wastes that lie beyond the Orkney Mountains, and to the north, Donark Forest. The word Thedas is Tevinter in origin, originally used to refer to the lands that bordered the Imperium. As the Imperium lost its stranglehold on conquered nations, more and more lands became Thedas, until finally people applied the name to the entire continent. The northern part of Thedas is divided among the Anderfels, the Tevinter Imperium, Antiva, and Ravane, with the islands held by the Canari just off the coast. Central Thedas consists of the Free Marches, Navarra, and Orlais, with Ferelden to the south. What lies beyond the snowy wastes is a mystery. The freezing temperatures and barren land have kept even the most intrepid cartographers at bay. Similarly, the western reaches of the Anderfels have never been fully explored, even by the Anders themselves. We do not know if the dry steppes are shadowed by mountains, or if they extend all the way to a nameless sea. There must be other lands, continents, or islands, perhaps across the Amarantine or north of Parvalman, for the Canari arrived in Thedas from somewhere, but beyond that deduction, we know nothing. Map of occupied Kirkwall.
Shemlin. Wonderful. Make your...
Arlathan Part 1. Before the ages were named or numbered, our people were glorious and eternal and never changing. Like the great oak tree, they were constant in their traditions, strong in their roots, and ever reaching for the sky. They felt no rush to life. They felt no rush when life was endless. They worshipped their gods for months at a time. Decisions came after decades of debate, and an introduction could last for years. From time to time, our ancestors would drift into centuries-long slumber, but this was not death, for we know they wandered in the fade and dreams. In those ages, our people called all of the land Elvenon, which in the old language means place of our people. And at the center of the world stood the great city of Arlathan, a place of knowledge and debate, where the best of the ancient elves would go to trade knowledge, greet old friends, and settle disputes that had gone on for millennia. But while our ancestors were caught up in the forever cycle of ages, drifting through life at what we today would consider an intolerable pace, the world outside the lush forests and ancient trees were changing. The humans arrived from Parvalin to the north, called Shemlin, or Quicklings, by the ancients. The humans were pitiful creatures whose lives blinked by in an instant. When they first met the elves, the humans were brash and warlike, quick to anger and quicker to fight, with no patience for the unhurried pace of elven diplomacy. But the humans brought worse things than war with them. Our ancestors proved susceptible to human diseases, and for the first time in history, elves died of natural causes. What's more, those elves who spent time bartering and negotiating with humans found themselves aging, tainted by the humans' brash and impatient lives. Many believe that the ancient gods had judged them unworthy of their long lives and cast them down among the quicklings. Our ancestors came to look upon the humans as parasites, which I understood is similar to the way humans see our people in the cities. The ancient elves immediately moved to close Elvenon off from the humans for fear that this quickening effect would crumble the civilization. The fall of Arlathan is told by Gisarel, keeper of the Ralafaran clan of Dalish elves.
I am Master Island, a crafter for this clan. Forced to stay so close to this Shemlin city, I've seen my share of outsiders pass through our camp. Is there something you needed?
Are you a specialist? What sort of things do you make?
A Dalish crafter does many things. We create weapons, armor, anything our clan has need of.
I don't need anything right now.
Of course.
Plus attack speed, that's kind of nice.
Dalish crafting is second to none, I assure you.
I assure you. Great, now he can open standard stuff. Okay. Probably not the best choice, but whatever.
Maybe I should put...
We will get a save though, because I think we're about to get into some trouble.
Who's that for? Are most criminals big readers? Seems like pacifying the nobles.
Pictures, then. It was just a suggestion.
Well, how about a giant sign that just says don't? You could hit people with it.
Thank you. I get the point.
Oh, okay. Now where do you think they dropped down from? I certainly don't know. Dog, we need you. Oh, just let's try that one. Okay. And nothing over here, got it. we'll start our way up. Meryl, what are you doing?
Oh, I didn't hear. You must be the one the Keeper told me about. Another one.
Nice clearing kick.
I'm so sorry. I didn't ask your name. Unless... It's not rude to ask a human their name, is it? I'm Meryl, which you probably knew already. I'm rambling, sorry.
I almost got intercepted. Was she calling off sides? What? What? Where is she going? She just went 20 meters up. What? Was it offsides on the kick? What? I don't know how I feel about that. I need that to be explained to me.
You'll have to work harder than that to offend me. My name's Hawk.
Thank you. I'm afraid I'm not very experienced with your kind. The Keeper said you came from Ferelden.
And then
I
did
spent
she
most
even
of my life
actually
there.
score that? Because I don't even know. That
Really came
doesn't...
north a few years ago. Have you been in the free marches long? Do you like it here?
Alright, yeah, she did. Okay. But... why did they go that far up? That's kind of what I'm wondering. That was crazy. Like, that's gotta be more than 10 meters. And also, why did they get to move up? It happens at the penalty spot. The other team moves 10 meters back. That's... okay.
Oh, I miss the cold. And the dirt. Kirkwall's not brown enough for me. But hey, no Darkspawn.
Ferelden wasn't that brown. The dirt and muck gave it character. We should go. Your task is for Asha Bellinar. It's not wise to make her wait.
Let's get this over with.
Good. We've got Dog out. We will need him. Okay. I died instantly.
Let me close with them. You will fall.
I can't help but
Keeper
think
didn't
that was
mention you
Varric's
were a
fault that I
mage.
died.
All Keepers know a bit of old magic. The stories tell us that
You
all
just
Elven
let
once
Bursting
had the
Arrow
gift.
go.
But like so many things, it was lost. It's a Keeper's job to remember, to restore what we can.
Please keep turning skeletons into toads for us.
But I never... Right, not literally. Happy to help. I've done a little fighting before, but it was always alone. I'll try not to hit anyone. On our side, I mean. I'm babbling again, let's go.
Okay. Ireland must have held up a potential try.
So the Keeper finally found someone to take you from here.
Yes.
Then finish your task quickly, human. We cannot be rid of this one too soon.
I'm sensing a story here.
I have made my choice. And I will save our clan whatever you think.
Going for 50-22? Nope.
Sundermount seems very mountainous today, doesn't it? Lots of rock and hillside.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Let's go. We should hurry.
Not
A
releasing.
landslide blocked the path. There's a cave that should take us to the other side.
I'm sorry. You're not really seeing the Dalish at their best. We're good people that look out for each other. Just not today, apparently.
But the Dalish are delightful. I was just thinking of inviting the whole clan over for tea.
I'm sure they'd never accept in a... Oh. Right. Sarcasm. Even if my people don't appreciate my efforts, I must see this through. Let's go. Ashabelanar isn't known for her patience.
Oh, that might be... Yep. Rachel Johnson is quick and has the body positioning for a poach.
Get back! Now you fall! Get back!
Not gone. Gloves of the spiral eye. Well, I'm currently wearing gloves of the unknowable unknown. No, we'll put those on because those actually seem better. Okay. The lustrous white-blue silverite has been long prized by dwarves for use in jewelry, rune-making, and weaponsmithing, but on the surface it is more commonly used by apothecaries and healers, since the metal does not rust. Many traditions believe it is to be proof against poison. There is a tale passed down among the people of the Anderfels. A knight returned home after many years of war, only to be struck by an adder. His wife immediately bound the wound with a medallion of silverite pressed against the bite like a poultice. By morning, the poison had left him, and the knight lived to an old age. An excerpt from an alchemic primer of metallurgy, Volume 1, by Lord Serestes of Marnaspell. Marnaspell, I read about that place. Yeah, I was like, just waiting for the ambush.
Not doing anything.
Oops, sorry guys. Okay. Just want my crushing prison to get... Ooh, that was such a good line. You see how he just does not give a fuck if he hits us with anything? Ugh. Like, I at least try not to hit my friends, but he's literally just like, sucks to suck, guys. You were in the way. Okay, my brother too, apparently, has it fucking out for me. So hella rude, guys. Just stab, stab, stab.
Want me to take a look at that?
Oh, USA just scored another try. Hope Rogers again. Okay. And now it's halftime.
I can open the way forward. One moment.
Right. That was not normal.
That was blood magic.
Yes, it was blood magic, but I know what I'm doing. The spirit helped us, didn't it?
Sure, demons are very helpful. Right up until they take your mind and turn you into a monster.
Well, yes. But that won't happen. I know how to defend myself. Be careful up ahead. Restless things prowl the heights. In the days of Arlathon, the elders came here to sleep. Uthanara. The endless dream, they called it. But they don't sleep peacefully anymore.
Deep mushroom refers to the entire group of fungi that grows underground in caves in many parts of the dwarven deep roads. Collection can be a dangerous task, as the deep roads are often infested with darkspawn. Because of this, dwarven merchants often recruit casteless hirelings for the job, pay them a meager percentage of what they earn selling the mushrooms to surfacers. The most common varieties used in the herbalist trade are the blightcap, ghoul's mushroom, and brimstone mushroom, almost all of which tend to carry the darkspawn's corruption. While they cannot transmit the disease, this trait often makes them quite poisonous. Deep mushrooms should only be handled by experienced herbalists and should never be consumed without first being adequately cleaned and prepared. Careless consumption has been known to cause insanity, severe abdominal cramping, and even death. No, I'll have to summon Dog again also. Actually, how about you go after the arcade horror for now? It would resist. He hit me with something. That was fucking rude. Okay. Didn't like what he did. Okay, we divided and conquered pretty well with the arcane horror on that one. Not this soon. Ow.
I think it's safe now. Place the amulet on the altar, and I'll begin the rite.
Aharen amalana salen. Emma ira au bella zaviranan. Isalahamin vinanhim dofilas. In Uthanera narivas.
Under Anatishan Ashabalana.
One of the people. I see. So young and bright. Do you know who I am, beyond that title?
I know only a little.
Then stand. The people bend their knee too quickly. So refreshing to see someone who keeps their end of a bargain. I half expected my amulet to end up in a merchant's pocket.
No one wanted to buy it. Maybe because it had a witch inside?
Just a piece. A small piece. But it was all I needed. A bit of security, should the inevitable occur. And if I know my Morrigan, it already has.
You have plans, I take it.
Destiny awaits us both, dear girl. We have much to do. Before I go, a word of advice. We stand upon the precipice of change. The world fears the inevitable plummet into the abyss. Watch for that moment, and when it comes, do not hesitate to leap. It is only when you fall that you learn whether you can fly.
Cheap advice from a dragon.
We all have our challenges.
Are we going to regret bringing her here?
Regret is something I know well. Take care not to cling to it, to hold it so close that it poisons your soul. When the time comes for your regrets, remember me. As for you, child, step carefully. No path is darker than when your eyes are shut.
Maceranus Ashabelana.
Now the time has come for me to leave. You have my thanks and my sympathy.
Damn. Oh! She had space, but they had so much pressure, the pass wasn't a good pass. Oops, okay, it's because I'm watching the game and not this game. I don't know if it's quite wise to do this part, but yeah. Here we go, attempting it. Oops, not a trap. So did my brother. Excuse me. Running away.
Let's finish this!
Okay. Probably not going to go too well trying to go further up. Let's see. Okay, we do have some rings now, so... Okay. Rune of Lightning. Kirkwall is guarded by mountains to the north, the tallest of which is Sunder Mountain. The mountain has a fearsome reputation. Legend says it was the site of the final battle between the Tevinter Imperium of old and the ancient empire of the elves that perished with Arlathan. Both sides unleashed horrors into the waking world, and feyed creatures prowl the heights to this very day, unaware that the war for which they were summoned is long since over. There is a tale in the Free Marches that Blessed Andraste, upon reaching Kirkwall with her armies, sojourned up the slopes of Sundermount alone. She stayed there for 3 days. When she returned, she wept as if her heart were broken. I stayed 2 months in Kirkwall, and despite my best efforts, I never found a guide willing to take me up the mountain. Okay, maybe we can get out of here without a fight. Okay. Just do back down the mountain. Ooh, what a cross kick.
Masarana's child, your debt is paid in full. It isn't too late to change your mind, Dalen.
Dareth Shiral, Keeper. I'm ready. Let's depart. Elganon. Is this really where the elves live?
Not the prettiest part of Kirkwall, but it doesn't have a view of the giant chains. Take what you can get.
I didn't think it would be so... I've never seen so many people in one place before. It seems so lonely.
Working your way up will be fun. All right, that was a lie. It won't be fun.
Some adventurer I am. Barely set out and I'm already daunted. Thank you for everything. For all your help. Will you come visit me? Not now, of course. But maybe later. I could use a friend.
Of course. But only because you used that "you kicked my puppy" voice.
Thank you. Oh, I'm thanking you too much, aren't I? I mean it, though.
Please, Sir Thrask. He won't go to the Circle willingly, but it's the only place.
Madam, we'll do our best to find your son. But I cannot guarantee his safety if he continues to resist Templar jurisdiction. I am sorry for your loss, Mistress. But I can offer your son mercy only if he turns himself in.
I'm trying to find him, but...
The Templars cannot tolerate apostates.
This will be Mother if we're not careful.
I'm guessing that Templar wasn't here to offer your son his good wishes.
I am Ariane. My boy, Fainriel. He's all I have. All my family. When I learned he had magic, I could not bear to send him to the Circle. But his connection to the Fade, it gives him nightmares. Dreams of demons speaking in his mind. I would rather lose him to the Circle than to himself.
Abominations are always so awkward at family reunions.
No, please, you must find him before the demons finish their work. He must be brought to safety. If you won't do it for Fainriel, do it for Kirkwall. The Templars say a lad like my son is a danger to the whole city if left untrained.
I'll bring your son back to safety. I promise.
I don't know where Fainriel is gone, but there are 2 places you might start your search. Sir Thrask has been looking for him. If you speak to him in the gallows, he'll be able to tell you what ground he's already covered. And Fainriel's father, Vincento, recently returned from Antiva. He's a merchant in the Lowtown Bazaar. Fainriel might have sought him out.
I will not leave you fearful for a moment longer than necessary.
The boy sounds one breath away from becoming an abomination. Let's get to him, fast.
Thank you. It has been a lonely time hiding. It's almost a relief to finally confront this openly.
Good to see you again.
Will I see you at the tavern later?
Not today. My sisters have me decorating the Venadol.
Mana and the use of magic. Mana is what defines a mage. It is potential that dwells within a person, but does not always manifest itself. All men are connected to the Fade. We go there to dream. But only those with this potential may draw upon its power. Mana is, then, a measurement of one's ability to draw power from the Fade, and it is this power that is expended in magic. As in all things, it has limits. Just as a man has the strength to lift only so much weight and no more, a mage cannot work more magic at one time than his mana allows. If he wishes to work magic that would be beyond his strength, a mage must bolster his mana with lyrium. Without lyrium, it is possible for the reckless to expend their own life force in the working of magic, and occasionally ambitious apprentices injure or even kill themselves by overexertion. Lectures of First Enchanter Wenceslas. Arlathan Part 2. You ask what happened to Arlathan? Sadly, we do not know. Even those of us who keep the ancient lore have no record of what truly happened. What we have are accounts of the days before the fall, and the fable of the whims of the gods. The human world was changing even as the elves slept. Clans and tribes gave way to a powerful empire called Tevinter, which, and for what reasons we do not know, moved to conquer Elvenon. When they breached the great city of Arlathan, our people, fearful of disease and loss of immortality, chose to flee rather than fight. With magic, demons, and even dragons at their behest, the Tevinter Imperium marched easily through Arlathan, destroying homes and galleries and amphitheaters that had stood for ages. Our people were corralled as slaves, and humans' contact quickened their veins until every captured elf turned mortal. The elves called to their ancient gods, but there was no answer. As to why the gods didn't answer, our people left only a legend. They say that Finn-Harel, the Dread Wolf and Lord of Tricksters, approached the ancient gods of good and evil and proposed a truce. The gods of good would remove themselves to heaven, and the lords of evil would exile themselves to the abyss, neither group ever again to enter the other's lands. But the gods did not know that Finn-Harel had planned to betray them, and by the time they realized the Dread Wolf's treachery, they were sealed in their respective realms, never again to interact with the mortal world. It is a fable, to be sure. Is it? But those elves who travel the beyond claim that Finn-Harel still roams the world of dreams, keeping watch over the gods lest they escape from their prisons. Whatever the case, Arlathan had fallen to the very humans of our people had once considered mere pests. It is said that the Tevinter Magisters used their great destructive power to force the very ground to swallow Arlathan whole, destroying aeons of collected knowledge, culture, and art. The whole of elven lore left only to memory. The Maker's first children. Maker's first creations were the spirits, glorious beings that populated the many spires of the Golden City, and the Chant of Light says that they revered the Maker with unquestioning devotion. The Maker, however, was dissatisfied. Although the spirits were like him in that they could manipulate the ether and create from it, they did not do so. They had no urge to create, and even when instructed to do so, possessed no imagination to give their creations ingenuity or life. The Maker realized his own folly. He had created the spirits to resemble him in all but one and most important way. He did not have the spark of the divine within them. He expelled all the spirits out of the Golden City and into the Fade and proceeded to his next creation, life. The Maker created the world and the living beings upon it. Separated from the Fade by the veil, his new children would be unable to shape the world around them and thus would struggle to survive. In return for their struggle, the Maker gave them the spark of the divine, a soul. And he watched with pleasure as his creations flourished and showed the ingenuity that he had hoped for. The spirits grew jealous of the living and coaxed them into the Fade when they slept. The spirits wished to know more of life, hoping to find a way to regain the Maker's favor. Through the eyes of the living, they experienced new concepts: love, fear, pain, and hope. The spirits reshaped the Fade to resemble the lives and concepts that they saw. Each spirit desperately trying to bring the most dreamers to their own realm so they could vicariously possess a spark of the divine through them. As the spirits grew in power, however, some of them became contemptuous of the living. These were the spirits that saw the darkest parts of the dreamers. Their lands were places of torment and horror, and they knew that the living were strongly drawn to places that mirrored those dark parts of themselves. These spirits questioned the Maker's wisdom and proclaimed the living inferior. They learned from the darkness they saw and became the first demons. Rage, hunger, sloth, desire, pride. These are the dark parts of the soul that give demons their power, the hooks they use to claw their way into the world of the living. It was demons that whispered into the minds of men, convincing them to turn from the Maker and worship false gods. They seek to possess all life as their due, forging kingdoms and nightmare in the Fade, in the hopes that one day storming walls of heaven itself. And the Maker despaired once again, for he had given the power of creation to his new children, and in return they had created sin. From the Maker's first children by Bader, senior enchanter of Ostwick, 812 blessed. Alright. What do you need, Meryl? What's up, girl? Hey, girly!
I'll find something relatively clean for you to sit on.
Ah, it's a Dimension 20 joke.
Can I get you something to eat or drink? I have water.
It's cozy. And your furry friends are charming.
Oh, are the rats back? I thought I'd found all their holes. I wanted to thank you for bringing me here, but I'm making a mess of it.
I'm not sure thanks applies to this. And not without a lot of irony, anyway.
It's not pretty, but this is where I need to be. I haven't exactly had many friends. Not even among my own clan. This is tricky.
It won't take long before you're the most popular girl in the alienage.
Mythol, I hope not. I'd managed to say something stupid in front of everyone and embarrass myself. Thank you for coming to visit me, Hawk. It means a lot to me.
Oh my gosh. We have a +5 rivalry? How did I do that? How did I manage that? I do not know. Let's pop over to our house real quick. Loose ends. I know we didn't part on the best terms. You were right. I was trying to squeeze more work out of you than was justified. You're more than paid your way into the city. It's been tight since you left, though. If you're looking for more work, for real coin in your pocket, come see me in Hightown, anytime before sunset.
Hello, Lord Carver.
We're still a long way from cowing Templars with our titles, sister.
You could slap on a smile for a few days. For her sake.
She's not interested in what I think. She wants to provide for us, and you're making sure it happens. And when we're done, I don't know, I guess we'll sit around thinking about how great we used to be. Mother didn't even want that life back until we got dumped here. And you only care because we're under Templar scrutiny.
You hating everything I do is really losing its charm.
Sure, make light. Why take anything seriously? You're the eldest. You lead by default.
I don't see you taking the reins.
When should I do that? When I'm following you around, or when I'm caring for Mother while you tame mighty Kirkwall? Besides, we both know what happens when someone leaves dear sister's protection. I'm sure Bethany would appreciate that you're keeping good humor.
Fun's fun, but you're taking this little pissing match too far.
What? You don't like someone making a joke out of everything you are?
I don't see the humor in digging up Bethany so you can hide behind her, too.
This is going to give us rivalry for sure.
Good talk.
Sister.
Now you call me sister.
I don't know. It's like Mother taking everything out on us. She was just scared. I don't have a place in the life she is trying to bring back. I'm here if you need me, but I must find my own way.
Okay, or nothing. Guess nothing's better than negative.
Here, I got you something.
Why?
I'm not holding you back with generosity. Just have a look.
These are by Father. Are you sure they aren't meant for you? I bet another mage could get more out of them. For your service that cannot be admitted, I ask that you accept this trinket and know that I shall respect your name. Thank you, Conscience of the Order, Sir Morivar Carver. Carver?
The Templar who allowed Father to leave Kirkwall. Your namesake.
A Templar? Have we met a Templar who isn't a colossal prig?
Father must have felt he was worth honoring.
A man who let him look ahead. And a name that would always mean skill thoughtfully applied.
Seems like he thought it held some promise.
Not a link back, but how to go forward. That's what I was to him. I don't know what to say, except thank you.
I did that for the 15 friendship. Okay. Alright, I gotta get ready so I can leave for my game. Thank you for watching. I'll probably stream tomorrow evening, quite late. And then probably Monday evening as well. So, thanks for watching.